the DSM-5
Yeah.
has a lot of labels
Oh,
and recategorizing lots of mental health issues.
yeah.
What do you have to say on that?
Well, the labels are made by doctors, by the medical profession,
Hmm.
mostly white people, mostly white males. And I'm not anti-white and I'm not anti-male, but that's, if you go look for the history, that's what it is.
Yes.
And they created the DSM 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order to communicate with each other. It is not supposed to be communicated to the client.
Okay.
The client has no clue what X label is or Y label is, but they use it to label people that they don't know what they're labeling.
Right.
The father of my children went around the community telling everybody I was borderline and bipolar.
Hmm.
And I'm sure, even though he was a psychotherapist, he never read the DSM-5.
Right.
And the DSM-5 has tried to accommodate this now by having a, a general box where certain symptoms fit in there more strongly or less strongly.
Okay.
So you can take from several boxes now and put it all together for the shorthand in a report.
Right.
But it's not meant to be said to people.
Hmm.
Although I have said it to myself about people,
Yes.
and it's, nobody's perfect.
Also thinking that at any given time, any of us can find ourselves in there with a multitude of reactions to certain problems.
Oh, yeah, when
Well,
I was studying, I had every one of those. It wasn't
yeah.
DSM-3 then. I
Hmm.
had every one of those illnesses. I could identify myself everywhere
Yeah.
because it's like horoscopes. It
Yes.
takes the basic of a human being and it puts it in a label.
Even in the DSM-5, what I've noticed, there are certain things that feel to me that they're directed more to the pharmaceutical industry as opposed to maybe seeking therapy. Like, for instance,
Yeah,
I noticed that it says now the grieving time,
yeah,
which is, how can you say what's a healthy grieving time?
that's sick. Yeah,
It's
it,
3 weeks. Yeah. And so then you're
but-
considered having clinical depression, which seems
yeah. But remember that doctors and drugs go together.
right.
So grief, if you want to know about grief, read the book A Grief Observed by C.S. Lewis.
Okay.
One of the best descriptions of grief. It took him years to get over the death of his wife,
Yeah.
and yet he did it with so much wisdom and insight.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some griefs. Most griefs are not over. We just learn to carry it.
Yeah.
It's like uh, indigenous people never get over the residential schools. They just learn to carry that in different ways.